Hello, everyone. Iris Alliston here, and I am your host for today. This is our segment for our CEO Nation show. And as you know, we have these segments where I bring in experts and entrepreneurs around the world, and we talk about business and personal life and, giving us the strategies and marketing tips and things like that to help us grow our business even more. So, as you know, for those of you who have been watching me for a while, our segment consists of, casual conversations with experts, me asking questions about what they do in their business and so forth. And it could go between 15 minutes to even 30 minutes, depending on our conversations. Where today I actually have a new friend of mine. His name is Justin Hurt. And actually, we have met in this group, Facebook group, right? We're basically Amazon influencers. And for those of you who do not know or have no idea what an Amazon influencer is, it's basically us reviewing products that we already have at home, our office, garage, whatever that is, the products, and then we upload it on Amazon and then we earn commission. So I know that's the simplest way to do it, but it is simple. It really is simple. And we make money every day and we have fun doing it, right? So today, like I said, Justin is here and I'm so glad that he's giving me this opportunity to ask him questions about his journey when it comes to Amazon. And I know he does more than, Amazon. He's actually doing many other things. So, Justin, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. And as you know, like I told you earlier, we're just going to get into the talk, right? We're just going to get into it. So tell me about your journey when it comes to Amazon influencer program.
Yeah.
Tell-
So, thanks for having me. And Amazon influencer is something I've been doing for since the end of last year. I've always sort of been into side hustles, into just different kinds of ways to make additional income. And honestly, Amazon influencers seems sort of easy. I saw, but you got to be careful because I've seen some of these like YouTube people, showing their numbers. Like, I think the first person I watched did like, $15,000 in a month or something like that, and I was like, well, at least the potential is there,
Right.
and I went into it with, not expecting like learning the ropes and stuff. I don't think I'm going to do 15,000. Actually, I've never done $15,000 a month, you know but there's several people who are doing specific things to get there. So I was like, yeah, it's definitely got potential to it to grow. And I liked it because I have a reselling business where I'll go out and I'll buy items and then I'll resell them on Amazon, eBay, and stuff like that. So I've got a constant flow of products. I was like, all right, well, I've got that covered, And then I was like, there's not really a lot of overhead. You don't have to keep stock. You don't have to worry about things going expired. You're not selling physical products. You're basically you're profiting off of your reviews. So your personality, your comments on whatever items that you're reviewing. So that's pretty good to be able to have that kind of potential without having to invest a lot of overhead.
Exactly. I totally agree with you because of all the businesses that we have done, this is one of the easiest ways. Now, like you said, disclaimer, there's no such thing as easy or rich, get rich quick scheme or things like that. We do have to put in the work. So, we want to make sure that we put that out there. But of all the things that I have done, and I don't know about you, Justin, but this is one of the easiest things to do. I didn't have to create products.
Yeah.
We don't have to create programs or coaching offers, things like that, right?
Yeah.
And
And there's not, at least the way I do it, there's not a lot of editing. I will edit some, cut out fronts and ends, but I'm not adding like stars and bells and whistles, and I'm not doing any of that. Most of my videos are, 45 seconds to a minute, even depending on what it is. And you can do it like I've got a camera setup, but I mean, as far as entry level, difficulty, you can do it with a smartphone. You can record yourself with a smartphone on the product, and then upload it, and yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, it's pretty much the process for getting it up there.
Yeah, yeah. See, I remember when I started out, actually it was a dare. My friend and I were talking about this because I saw an ad one time and about Amazon influencer. I'm thinking, I am not an influencer at all. I don't want to influence people, right? I was really skeptic going into
Yeah.
this. Did you have that feeling in the beginning?
Well, so not really. I think for me, I was more like, I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. I mean, I have
Yeah,
a YouTube presence. I have a teaching background. I'm in front of people a lot for my work, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna review some things around the house and see how it goes. So
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't consider my. I mean, technically, I guess I am an influencer, but I wouldn't. I guess I really wouldn't consider myself an influencer, even though I'm almost 200 plus videos now. But
That's amazing. That's amazing. I know you touch base when it comes to you're doing other things with Amazon. So you're doing like I don't know much about it besides this influencer program, but
yeah,
is it like an e-commerce or
yeah,
something?
it's e-commerce. So there's several different business models that people can do. My particular one is what you call retail arbitrage.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
so you would go out and you're doing arbitrage, right? So you're playing the market essentially of items. So I may go out to a store and find, I don't know, say you find 30 pairs of socks for $4 each because they're on clearance. Well, Amazon, the market has them for like $25 each. So you buy those socks for $4 and then you listed them on Amazon. Somebody goes to Amazon, buys them, and then they take out all their fees and everything, and you get the rest. So and I've been doing that for since 2012, doing that on Amazon and then eBay
Wow.
before that.
Wow. Oh, that is amazing. That's amazing. And the beautiful thing about Amazon is, if we choose to, we don't even have to drive traffic to it, no paid ads, because
Oh,
the market is already there, right?
that's yeah, that's huge. I mean, Amazon is massive, right? And there are other platforms and programs, but Amazon really did a good job of making it so where it's really easy for customers, right? So I mean, their return policy is really good. Now they've got this try before you buy on like shoes. They've got the prime shipping. I mean, Amazon's pretty much they've done a good job with what they do, for sure. And maybe one day somebody will take over Amazon, but it hasn't happened yet, and they're still at the head of it for now.
It's one of the number one marketplace right now, and you can't beat it because they're constantly evolving.
Yeah.
They started out with ebooks, right? And now they're into music and many other
Oh,
things. So
yeah,
it's
they
incredible.
and Amazon in general provides such an opportunity for people to make money. I mean, you've got the reselling aspect of it. You can buy and resell. You can start your own product. They've got Amazon Influencer. They've got Amazon Merch, which is print on demand, where you just come up and develop the ideas, right? And then somebody buys it, and then they'll print it as it comes, and you have zero overhead, right? And then you can self-publish books, right? I mean, they've got so many different avenues that you could go down to make a living or just some extra cash.
Exactly, exactly. So you have been doing the Amazon influencer program for a few months now. So tell us, maybe give us practical tips on how to find, worthy products on to review,
Yeah.
or what are your tips?
So my initial, I guess, tip would be start with what you have around the house, right? I mean, like we were just talking about, Amazon has just about everything, right? So if you have the Amazon app on your phone, you can open that up and you can pull up search by image, and you could just hold that over whatever it is. Like I've just like got some stickers here, right? They're like hazmat stickers. You could just hold that over that and see what listings come up and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do a video on that, right? I sort of taken the shotgun approach. uh, research is really, I think, where these people are making big bucks at. They're going on there, they're finding products that are trending, they're finding products that don't have a lot of videos or zero videos on them, and
Mhm.
they're really digging deep to get those and then investing in those. My approach has been more whatever's around the house, whatever I get to resell. For example, Kohl's just had a big sale, and I would go there and buy a bunch of like clothes and shoes to resell. And this will lead to another tip. What I do is I'll review it from sort of a different angle. I think a lot of people think I have to actually like use this product and really believe in it, and really sell it. Amazon's not really like that because, like you said, they're promoting it for you. So
Mhm.
if they don't have any videos and they put your video up there, the person watches it, whether they think your accent's funny or your face looks weird or your eyebrows aren't done or whatever it is, they're once they watch it, then it goes into their cookies and that kind of stuff, and then that's how you get your commissions from it. So buying these shoes, I could take the shoe out, I could review it. The flex is real easy. It's got this nice mesh. It's really lightweight. Check out the tread. It comes with these laces or whatever it is. So I'm reviewing aspects of it that I'm genuinely inspecting, but I'm not putting on like a size 7 women's running shoe and claiming that, hey, I can run 10 miles in this thing easy. So I think just coming up with different a mindset of how you're going to review things, right? Because if you limit yourself to only things that you use, you're going to run out of content pretty quickly. You're going to have a lot because we use a lot more stuff, I think, than we know, but to expand beyond that, it's going to be something that I think you're going to have to come at it with a different sort of angle, I guess.
Right, right. Well, one of the things that I do is I actually go to my friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
I go to my friend's house, and then it's so funny now whenever I go, they know exactly what I'm going in there for, besides, eating and things like
Yeah.
that, chit-chatting. But they're like, oh no, here comes Iris. She's
Yeah.
got her phone now. She's gonna turn on the Amazon lens and start scanning the room. Like, for example, it's so funny because now it's a habit for me now. I'm seeing your background, right?
Yeah.
And your background, it has the map, you have a
Yep.
wall there, decorations. And I'm already thinking, is that on Amazon? Are
Yep.
those on
Oh yeah.
Amazon? So
Yeah.
we
But
can find so much.
yeah, I love that. I do the same thing. Even at work, when where I work at, I've done the laminator, I've done safety knives, I've done stands for signs, I've done whiteboards, and one of the cool things about it, and I feel like with technology, I felt like I grew up like in the '90s, early 2000s, so I was like I grew up with some sort of technology, but it's advances so much. I found out that they have voiceover, so I can actually just be quiet at work and just sort of look around, cover it, and then at lunch, like in the car, I'll do a voiceover for it, and then there's my video, and I'm like, you can do it all right there on your phone, but definitely changes the way you look at things because you're always thinking like, could I review that?
Mm-hmm. It has become a habit. It becomes a habit. And so we touched base on the editing portion. What app do you use to edit your video? Your
Well,
video.
if I do a video on my phone, I'll just use like iMovie. I have an Apple phone.
Okay.
But that's like if I'm out somewhere. Typically, if I'm going to review something in the house, I've got an actual camera that I bought just for Amazon Influencer. I don't really know much about cameras, but I was like, this is a good opportunity to spend some cash, and you can mark it off on your taxes as a business expense the end of the year and sort of learn about them. I'll record those, and then I use a program called DaVinci Resolve. If you
Yeah.
Google, editing programs, it'll come up towards the top. And the free version is amazing. There's sort of a lot to it. I know about 4 buttons and 3 shortcuts, and that gets me
Yeah.
through,
Yeah.
about 95% of any kind of editing that
Yeah.
I need to do.
I use what they call InShot, INSHOT, and I download it on my iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the number one thing that I often use to edit my videos. And we can do voiceover on those as well. And it can also scrub the background, obviously, right?
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Delete it, and then we just do a voiceover. So that is one thing. The one thing that I struggle with is I ran out of storage on my phone
Oh yeah, yep, yeah.
all the
That's one of the reasons I got a camera too. You know, because you're
time.
and then I ran out of storage on the SD card that it came with. You know, so I was like, I gotta go through and delete it or get a new one. So
Exactly, exactly. It's like, oh my gosh, we really are having fun doing this. And it's just one of those easy thing to do. I know I keep saying that, but it is. It really is. And a lot of people think that it's so hard, but I think once you get going and you start practicing on how to record your videos, and like you said, having the right mindset, really thinking of what are you going to say? What do the customers need to know about the product? And basically, what we can do is we just talk about the products as if the way we use it. Do you
mhm.
find it easy that way,
Yeah.
Justin?
Oh
Just
yeah.
talk
Yeah.
that way?
Yeah, or show it in action sometimes, you know, if you got a coffee maker or whatever, or I reviewed some coffee, right? And I'm like, oh, we're gonna brew it. And you see it brew for,
Yeah.
half a second, and they're like, oh, this has got some nice color, it's amazing. And taste it, just you can just sort of have fun with it too that way. One of the things, and I don't know if I'm jumping ahead here at all from you, but one of the things about Amazon Influencer that I did not know is that you could monetize videos because Amazon Influencer, all of the literature and documentation that Amazon puts out about it is very, very unclear about what it actually is, right? So there's this whole part that we've been talking about so far where you make a video,
Mhm.
Amazon has the chance to grab that video, put it on a product, and then you get commissions. They really don't talk about that like at all anywhere that I've seen. The biggest thing that I thought it was you have a social media presence, right? Like I'm on YouTube, and then you can get products that you use, and you can link those products when you talk about them. Like I would be like, say, hey guys, I use these bags right here. Check the link down below. That's what I thought that it was. But then I started hearing people, making money off videos, and I was like, well, how do you do that? So there was people in like Facebook groups really who were already doing it. They really helped more than Amazon, which I've been dealing with Amazon for over a decade, and that's pretty much how it goes. Usually, talking to people that do it helps a lot more than trying to get answers from them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we end up finding things on our own, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trial and error. To add on to the monetization, I can't say that. As you know, we earn commissions when people click on our video and then they buy the product. Or not even that, even related products that we did not even do a review on. We get commissions from that. But I want to add also is in, the fact that brands, companies actually reach out to us as well, and they have the ability to also pay us to create videos for them. And now this is outside Amazon. Not a lot of influencers are doing this, but there is also that opportunity to monetize it to another level because brands and companies reach out to you, especially when they see your videos and they like the way you present yourself. They like the way you talk about the products. So they have the ability to actually reach out to us through our social media and then just connect with us and we can go from there. Do you have brands reaching out to you lately?
Well, I've had one brand. So two things. I had one brand reach out to me to review a product, and then it was the first time it ever happened, right? So instead of being like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll do it," I was like, "Yeah, $100, and I want this product." And the product was like a $250 some sort of special blanket, and they were like, "All right, I'll run it up the chain and see." And I guess I don't guess it was too much for them to do, so they never got back. But I don't feel bad about that because I'm not going to cut myself short, which I did. And the next brand that reached out, it was for a razor, which is funny because I don't obviously shave a whole lot. But I was like, sure, I'll review it. And they sent me a list. I was like, okay, well, let's talk about what you're going to charge. And they were like, well, or what you're going to offer me. And they were like, well, can we give you the product as a payment. And I was like, that's sort of get my feet wet. Yeah, sure, that's fine. So they sent me the product, but then they sent me a list of we want you to do this and this and this and this. And when I got into it, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna charge. I should have charged these people because then
Yeah.
when I did it, it ended up being like almost a 2 minute video, and I edited it and went to different rooms. And now keep in mind, I'm like, okay, I'm learning as I'm going, right? I'm learning a little bit about filming, and so I'm doing it for the experience.
Yeah.
But it's not something I would probably do, again. I've got a product that I don't use that I spent more time than I normally do. And then I put it up there and they were like, oh, when you did this, the head was on backwards. The little dot should have lined up. Can you redo it? And I was like, no, I'm not gonna redo that. I'm
It's a
sorry.
production,
Yeah.
it's a production. That's another thing that a lot of influencers don't talk about is, yeah, we earn commissions and stuff like that, and brands reach out to us, but little do they realize that it is a production. Brands, I mean, the companies, it is a production that we do this. It can take us a few minutes to record something and, and edit and do all these things that we need to do. And some of them, I've seen influencers now, depending on if they like the product and things like that. I actually started to receive products, and I did it in the beginning where it was just, free content, but I've never sent them the videos unless they pay me. So
Yeah.
what I do is I just upload it on Amazon, because I always say, well, since this is a free product and I'm not getting paid for this, I would like to put it on my Amazon storefront so I can earn more commissions.
Right.
So 9 out of 10 times they will say, yeah, okay, this and that. And they try to convince me otherwise, but I always stick to my gun. It's like, hey, this is a production.
Yeah. Yep.
You have the money, you have marketing budget money. So I don't understand why you can't, pay me for that. So, and that's the dark side of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have been doing actually, and that would be, it would be amazing to get hooked up with a brand and they were like, you were like their person, right? Like anytime they wanted to promote something on Amazon, they contacted you. That would be cool to have that kind of exclusivity. Um, but I've been reaching out on creator connections, where you can so instead of I'll reach out to brands and I have just a little script that I copy and paste to every brand that I'm interested in the item, because then you can say I'm interested in this item. Do you give samples? This is my channel, et cetera, et cetera. And then a lot of times they'll give me the sample, and then I can join their promotion, do the video, and then you get whatever the extra. Like sometimes they'll give you like 20% extra if somebody buys that from that video, that link, then you'll get that extra commission and stuff like that. So I've been doing that, and sometimes those things are sort of saturated with videos, but sometimes I can use the item, so it's pretty cool. Or sometimes it's just neat to see different, items that come out, and every once in a while you'll score, and you'll have one that is offering a promotion that doesn't have a lot of videos that you can get a sample on, and you can do the video. So there's really
Yeah.
nothing to lose there.
Right, right. That's one thing I have not even tried. It's the creator, what is it? Creator
Connect
Insight?
creator connections, I think is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah. But well, okay, one last question, Justin, is how can people connect with you? How can they get in touch with you?
Sure. Yeah, I'm. We got a YouTube channel. It's called The Winds of Change. Uh, THE space WINS space change, and it's the same on YouTube. Is the same. The underscore wins underscore of change. I think that's how. I think that's how it is. But if you get with the YouTube, then it's got all the links on there and that kind of stuff to contact me.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for spending the time with me and having this conversation. I definitely enjoyed it. And thank you for your insight. I wish we can talk more about this, right? We can talk about this all day,
Right.
but we only have a few minutes here. But thank you again, Justin, and I'll see you guys soon.